back with KMMA. I'm Andio.
I'm Khalil Deal.
And it's that time where we bring you our fabulous Friday Face-Off show where we take one last look at these animals before they get into the cage and give you our final thoughts. So the deal, Willem Gomis against Robert Rushala. Who you
Yeah.
got here?
Yeah, so sorry about that, folks. I had talked about this fight in the prelims video. It's actually the first fight of the main card. What also happened is we lost a fight. It was supposed to be Patricio Pitbull versus Loseni Keita in the main card, and that fight got canceled because Keita missed weight by 5 pounds. And when they asked him to, if they asked Pitbull if he wants to fight at catchweight, and Pitbull said, and I quote, "Fuck you," to Loseni Keita.
The Fat Panther.
He literally said, yeah, he called him the Fat Panther, and he literally said, "Fuck you," to Loseni Keita for missing weight. So that fight got canceled. So the first fight of the main card is William Gomis against, obviously, this guy here, Robert Ruchala. And we did mention in the last video that I'm going for William Gomis. Of course, I think he's the taller, better, more muscular, and just more experienced. And Robert Ruchala, I don't think is going to be able to beat William Gomis in his hometown. So I'm going with William Gomis, knockout or decision.
I'll go with Willem Gomis because I think as long as he doesn't go back to that French boring style, he should pull out the win here. These guys are pretty much the same size here, but I think it's just too short notice for Robert Ruchala. But he's a mover in there. I expect this to be an exciting fight. Give me Gomis by decision or knockout.
Yeah, he's taller. I think he's more muscular and built. I think he's stronger, and he just fought the way better competitions, man. Like so many guys in the UFC that he beat, only loses to top-notch guys like Hyder and Mill there, and that was even a split. All right, so let's move on up to the next fight here. We agreed on that one. Next, we got Alex Sola versus Rice McKee.
Here I'm gonna stick with my boy Rice McKee. As you can see, he's going to be a little taller here, but they're both pretty much the same size. You can't tell with this the shirt on, but Rice McKee always looks the same. I think he's going to be really tough for Sola to get a hand on here. I think he's going to be moving around a lot, using some kickboxing. He should be able to avoid the cage push by getting out of there with some knees and elbows, and just having volume overall. More volume. The concern is he's very hittable, but I think we can count on his toughness and volume to pull this one off. Plus, he's a good scrambler down there and has some subs.
Yeah, Rice McKee's a finisher, man. Now, Alex Sola, man, this guy looks real. Axel Sola, not Alex. Axel Sola. He doesn't look in good shape at all. You can see here he looks very, very skinny. Of course, he's ripped there, but he looks very, very skinny and not really in great shape. And he's going to be, of course, a lot shorter than Rice McKee. Rice McKee, I know he's got his shirt on here, but when he had his shirt off in the weigh-ins, he is the bigger guy. He's much bigger and more muscular and more ripped than Axel Sola. I definitely like Rice McKee, who's fought the better fighters. A lot of good competition that he's fought too. Tough guys that he went to decision with, like Ange Lusa, who's like 3 times the size of Axel Sola. Chidi in the Bang Bang, Chidi Nchukwani, and also Daniel Frunza. So give me Rice McKee to win by knockout or submission. He's never won by decision. I think he finishes Axel Sola here as well. So we're in agreement with this one here. Moving on up to the next fight here, Balaji Oki versus Mason Jones. I like this one here. They were talking some trash, but Balaji Oki was talking some trash to Mason Jones. Mason Jones was just giving that smile right there and just listening to him talk shit. Balaji Oki, though, in phenomenal shape. This guy is super built, very big and muscular and ripped. He's a little bit thicker than Mason Jones, but Mason Jones also very good shape as well. He's ripped, he's muscular, he's built, and he's also thick as well. So these guys are very, 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 very good shape. Mason Jones got that height advantage, though, as you can see here. He's got the height advantage. We don't know we do know the reach. Let me take a look here. Mason Jones is going to have a 1-inch reach advantage there, but they were supposed to be the same height at 5'10" on topology. As you can see here, that's not true. Mason Jones is taller than Biagioki. And he's just a better fighter all around. He's got way more ways to win with his grappling, his wrestling, his jiu-jitsu skills, way better than Biagioki. His striking is good as well, more well-rounded. Give me Mason Jones to get this win here by submission or decision.
Yeah, I think it's that more well-roundedness that's going to get him this win here. If it stays a striking battle, I still think Oki's going to win this. But I think with his moving forward and his cage push and hopefully his takedowns are going to get him this win here. So if he fights like that, I call Mason Jones by decision or knockout.
All right, so we'll move on up to the next fight here. We are in agreement with that one. We got Modestas Bukauskas against Paul Craig.
All right, here, as I mentioned before, man, I think Paul Bukauskas is going to win this one by moving around the cage a lot better than Craig, therefore avoiding any takedowns. He's also got to avoid being up against the fence because that's gonna keep him in a stationary spot for Paul Craig to work if he gets stuck. But he's such a better striker than Bukauskas. I don't think he's gonna. I just think he has to keep the volume up, keep moving around, and I think eventually some of those shots are gonna get through. And I don't think he's gonna have to even try that hard for a knockout if he plays it smart. So give me Bukauskas by knockout here. I don't think this fight is going to decision.
Yeah, I mean, either, man. I like this fight here for Modestas Bukauskas. I think he's just a stronger guy. As you can see here, physically, he's in phenomenal shape, Bukauskas. Very built, very strong, very muscular, ripped as well, and he's thicker, I find, than Paul Craig. Paul Craig is also in good shape there. Getting in his face, they both got in each other's faces there, and really, Paul Craig likes to get his forehead mashed up against the forehead of Bukauskas there. But he does this all the time, and then when it comes time to fighting, somehow he fucks up and gets knocked out.
But that's how he got herpes from one guy actually.
Man, craziness. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Modestas Bukauskas to win this one by knockout or decision. I don't think he subs Paul Craig because Paul Craig is very good at submission defense, and he's also very good at subs himself. And Bukauskas doesn't really want to play around too much on the ground looking for submissions. And that's where Paul Craig wants you to go, is on the ground, and wants you to try to use your ground game against him. And I think he's better off staying on the feet and knocking him out. So give me knockout or decision for Modestas Bukauskas here. So we're in agreement with this fight here as well. Next fight, the co-main event of the co-main event.
We got Benoit Saint-Denis against Mauricio Rufy.
Yeah, just a second here. Yeah, Benoit Saint-Denis against Mauricio Rufy. I'm definitely on the Benoit Saint-Denis train here. I know this is risky. I know the fighting nerds are awesome, and I know Mauricio Rufy is a killer with his knockout punches here. As you can see here in the face-offs, Rufy's in good shape. He's muscular. He's built. He's ripped. He's very lean. Benoit Saint-Denis, though, is also in good shape. You can't see it here because he's got the France flag on him, but he's in great shape. He's also pretty muscular and built. I find that Benoit Saint-Denis is a little bit thicker as well. As far as height is concerned, I think Rufy's a tiny bit taller because he's crouching down here doing that karate pose. But Benoit Saint-Denis, man's got the advantage when it comes to the ground game. We've never seen Mauricio Rufy do anything on the ground. We don't know if he's got any skills on the ground or submissions. We do know that Benoit Saint-Denis is a submission guy. He does have a lot of subs. He's got black belt in jiu-jitsu, very good striking as well, and he's just more well-rounded. And if he gets the fight to the ground, I just can see Benoit Saint-Denis looking for that submission and getting it. So give me Benoit Saint-Denis to win by knockout or submission, knockout, ground and pound, or submission.
Yeah, I'm with Saint Denis here. He's going to be the smaller fighter for sure in this one, but he's going to have that dog in him. I know he gets hit a lot, but so far he hasn't been knocked out yet. So until that happens, you got to think his chin's still in one piece. I think to win, Rufy has to find that killer shot to be able to win this fight, like to have a nice setup work for him. But I don't think Saint Denis is going to give him the space. I think he's going to come out there, hopefully with some strong leg kicks, but work for the takedowns right away. I don't think Rufi is bad on the ground with his grappling because he's Brazilian and he fights at a good gym and all that. But with him, like he prefers to be on the feet, you know. And if he loses on the ground to Saint-Denis, gets submitted, I think it's just going to be because he's had enough and he's not going to be able to take the pressure of Saint-Denis. So I also think fighting at home is going to make this guy try even harder and prevent Rufi from finding that assassin-like kill shot. So give me Saint-Denis by finish also. The guy's a finisher.
Nice. We're in agreement with this one as well. They're going for the dog here, Benoit Saint-Denis.
He's dropping in value also, so pick him up now if you didn't already.
Yeah, and definitely like and subscribe. We are at the final main event of the evening here, and it's Nasruddin Imavov against the Caio Baralho. So for this one here, hold on a second here real quick. I'll just tell you that here. It's you.
Oh, yes. So yeah, this main event, man, this should be a real tight contest here. Very difficult to pick the winner here. But I am going to go with Caio Baralho because I think his style, especially if he doesn't keep it on the feet too much, with his and go for those takedowns. I think that's a style that can get Imavov tired, as compared to maybe another style here. So I think both of these guys can go 5 rounds. But I think Baralho has more of a gas tank overall, and I think eventually he'll find that sub, and if not, just win the fight based on just his smart striking to get in there for the takedowns, get some top control, and look for those subs. If he doesn't get that sub, I call it a decision.
Yeah, man. For this one here, I'm sticking with Nasruddin Imavov.
Who looks, by the way, I got to add, in maybe the best shape he's ever looked, Imavov.
Oh, yeah, these guys are in phenomenal shape, both of them. Ripped, muscular, and built. They are pretty much identical in size here, man. They pretty much have the same type of body type as well. Yeah, I know Caio Baralho is good at grappling, but Imavov has a very high takedown defense. Imavov is very, very good at striking. I think he's better at striking than Caio Baralho. He does have the height advantage here, as you can see, and I think he's going to be able to press Caio Baralho to force him to go backwards and try to drag him against the cage and then get him in the clinch, land some good strikes and punches, try to wear down Caio Baralho, try to fend the takedowns, not let him get the wrestling going and not get taken down. And if he does that, he could definitely win this fight. Give me Imavov to win this one by knockout or decision. I don't think he subs Caio Baralho, who's also a very good black belt in jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, Imavov by knockout or decision is the pick here. So there you have it, folks. Our fantastic face-off show, the final face-offs, the predictions and the breakdowns for
the fabulous final face-off show.
There you go. And like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Our official bets video coming up next. You want to see what we got there in the bets.
MMA, baby.
Peace out. Let's get it.